You ran for school board. You know, I love that about you. I love that you put your money where your mouth is in a place that's not pleasant to run for school board, but it can be unpleasant really everywhere, Kira. I encourage people to become activists, and school board's one of those ways. Talk about running for school board, the good and the bad. The floor is yours.
I'll be honest, I lost, so just to let people know. I'm not sure about the good, Jesse. I am still working that out. I ran my heart out. When I got in the race, it was because I'm a parent with a kid in school still, and I didn't like what I saw happening. So, like you said, I put my money where my mouth is, and I told everyone, look, you support me, I will mine every resource, I will run hard, I will give you everything. And that's exactly what I gave. And then I lost, and it was devastating, and I'm still kind of recovering for it, and it's been about a year now. But the bad part was I realized why we don't have a lot of good politicians and good people running for office. And part of that is the mechanics of the whole situation, right? You've got to be a little bit crazy to run for office because you get so much trouble from the other side. But the other part is the voters. Voters are very fickle, and they're very prone to fall for the little tricks that everyone pulls on each other, negative advertising and all of that. We had a lot of lazy voters, I'll say that, people who just felt, well, this doesn't affect me, so I won't vote. So the next time you're asking yourself, why do we have all these weirdo politicians? I really think that has more to do with us as the voters rather than the politicians. And one thing I will say, Jesse, is that it was no small thing to run in my own neighborhood for a local office. These are the people I work with, I go to school with. They're the parents of my children's friends. I go to church with them. And to be maligned and threatened, and I mean, the unions had a tracker on me. They've put it back on me, by the way, Jesse, because my seat is up again this election cycle. And I've noticed my union tracker back. So they haven't heard from me on whether or not I'm running, and I can tell they're already upping the intimidation tactics just in case. I'll say this, running for office is no small thing, but if you can stomach it, we need you, and I learned a lot. Would I do it again? Yeah, I probably would. I believe in this country at the end of the day. And I believe that the biggest change, the most change that you can make is right where you live.
Yeah, I agree with that too, Kira. And this is part of what I try to, and I know you do this as well, try to encourage people to look at is their local community first. Everyone wants to argue about the president, presidential primary, and Trump's legal problems and stuff like that. And I try to tell people, as ugly as it is, look, 2024 presidentially is almost undoubtedly going to be a disaster in every way if you're on the right. And if you're going to pin all your hopes on something that is a gigantic losing affair, well, you're going to have a rough 2024. I'm not. There are local races across the country. I think it can be a great year, just maybe not presidentially.
Okay, yeah, I think that is a good way to look at it. I don't know that I share your total pessimism for 2024 nationally, but I will say this. I lost my race here in California and I was devastated, but many other parents in this state did win. And in fact, many very important school boards did get flipped. And guess what? The game is starting to change. I don't know if you've seen what's going on here, Jesse, but some of those parents that flipped the boards across the state have been enacting parental notification laws. They've been booting CRT out of their curriculum. And now the State Department of Education and our own governor, and including the state attorney general, is suing these conservative school boards for, quote, outing LGBTQ students and violating the rights to privacy of LGBTQ students. And of course, I find that absolutely delightful because they're the ones that are wrong, not the board. So bring it on. This does have to go to court. We're going to have to engage in lawfare to get out of some of this stuff. But I say all that to say, even in a state like California, I'm seeing these local votes make a difference. They're actually making a difference at the local level where they're seeing it in real time and it's being applied immediately and in real time. And you have the potential where you live to enact those changes as well. And guess what? What happens nationally will be influenced by what you do locally because national politicians aren't original people. They're going to office to represent what they think you want. So when you change what you want at the local level, that's what you'll see represented at the national level. By all means, go vote locally. And if you look at the numbers for who votes locally, they are tragically, tragically low. In LA alone, maybe we're looking at 7% of the population of Los Angeles that votes. So we have a lot of culpability in the way politics are going, conservatives. We do.
For too long, we've been led to believe that communism is a thing of the past. But the truth is, communism is alive. It's here, and it's infiltrating every aspect of American life. Introducing the Anti-Communist Manifesto by Jesse Kelly, the practical guide for patriots ready to defend our nation from its most dangerous enemy. Discover the shocking extent of communist infiltration in our education system, their alliance with American corporations, and the twisted truth behind environmentalism. This eye-opening book exposes the true face of communism and empowers you to fight back. Join the fight for freedom. Pre-order your copy of the Anti-Communist Manifesto today by going to jessekellybook.com.